We got it. Up and
Hey
running.
guys.
All right. So, Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, for sure.
It's definitely the topic today. I'm Dr. B. This is Dr. J, Texas Functional Health Center. So, we're going to be talking about kind of what's in, what's out with New Year's resolutions and everybody trying to figure things out.
Yeah.
All right. So,
do you have any New Year's resolutions, by the way?
I'm just trying to stay alive for the next one. I'm just like trying to make it to the next hour. So, like planning ahead is probably not the best for me.
You know, I don't like. Usually, I don't have like a resolution, but I'll have like a word for the year. Last year, it was moments.
Okay.
So I wanted to create more moments throughout the year.
I like that.
Yeah.
Like a theme.
Yeah, like just a theme.
Yeah. I always think like if I had a goal, it would be something grandiose. Like I'd do more of this or do less of this or something, with no plan. So I figured, well, why even come up with a goal? If they're not going to do those things anyway.
So yeah, I haven't come up with a word yet. No? I'm still thinking about it. Yeah.
Figure out what that word's going to be.
Yeah.
I like that. Maybe when you do, let me know.
Oh.
All right. So let's see. Most people are going to think about habits, some kind of life-altering goal that they're going to come up with for those things.
New year, new me, so, that kind of thing.
Right. Let's reframe some of that. So, like, what's a good way to set goals? What would we think of for that one? So, like I was saying, the grandiose thing. So, if I have this broad goal of I just want to lose weight.
Yeah. Like you can't do that with goals.
Right.
Yeah, you can't do that with goals. You have to get very, very specific if you want to meet a goal usually. Because if you just kind of throw it out there, grandiose, as you said, you end up missing the mark. But then again, the question is, did you really miss the mark because it was so big and so grand and so right? So if it was,
what were you aiming at?
Right, what were you aiming at? So like if it was like, oh, I'm trying to lose weight, well, if you lost a pound, theoretically, you hit your goal.
Yeah, true.
Right. Yeah. So you have to be more specific with your goals in mind whenever you are heading into the new year.
Mm-hmm. Something measurable.
Yeah,
something
for sure.
that you can objectively measure. So some way to keep that going. So like if I want to lose weight, I'd say, I want to get down to percentage body fat. So maybe I want to get down to 15% body fat. And how would I measure that? Would I use one of the like portable scanners where I'm just measuring it so that I could see if I'm making a difference instead of just going off
those,
like
by the way.
Like a BMI index.
Yeah.
That's not a good idea. Or am I going to go for a DEXA scan every couple months and like know exactly what my body
go to the gold standard DEXA.
Right. So like coming up with a very specific target, right, and then working backwards from that. So how would I meet that target? How would I get to that target?
Right.
So say I wanted to get down 15% body fat. I'd say, oh, okay. So what is that? Another 20, 25 pounds of fat that I need to lose. Mm-hmm. Okay. How many calories are in a pound of fat? What would that deficit look like? Am I going to try and grow muscle mass at the same time that I'm losing weight, or do I just want to lose weight?
Yeah.
And so just trying to work backwards from that goal and how long is it going to take me to make that happen? If I did a reasonable calorie loss, maybe I could do like a quarter of a pound to half a pound a week, like if I was really pushing it, but I'd be pretty miserable.
Right.
So I could maybe make it like 16 weeks, so that's 8 pounds. And then I'd have to take a break and kind of go back to normal. And so 8 pounds, take a couple weeks off, eat relatively normal, no calorie deficit, and then get back into it. Another 8 weeks. Okay, so I'm looking at 3 months, 6 months, probably 9 months before I'd even get close to my goal.
Yeah.
And being reasonably like understanding that it's going to take me 9 months to get there.
Right.
I'm not going to lose 20 pounds in 2 weeks. Just ain't happening.
Right. Yeah. So like in that process, you're being honest with yourself. You're really thinking about the process. What is it really going to take? What is it going to take every week in order to make it happen?
Exactly. Other people, so they may be looking for like effort goals. So a lot of people like saying, "Oh, I want to run a marathon this year."
Oh yeah.
And so a little self-inventory. Can you run?
Yeah. When's the last time you ran?
Right. How long can I run now?
What's your training going to look like? What does most training look like? So like that's really helpful.
Right. Am I walking
because there's a lot of information out there.
Running a marathon.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
How far is a marathon? Let's figure that part out.
Right. And when do you want to finish it? At like what time?
Yeah. Do you have like a time? Yeah. Then let's see. same category. We'd think like biomechanical issues. So we're always thinking about the mechanics of it. So
Yeah.
I want to be able to run a marathon this year. I start training, my knee starts hurting. So maybe something's going on with it. So
And
maybe.
usually that happens really often, especially at the beginning of the year when people are trying to get active. Also in summer, by the way, like right before summer, people try to get really active as
Mhm.
well, trying to get tone and fit. Bikini season, all of that. Maybe not bikini season for you, but you feel me. And and so like these are the two times in which people will find that they have injuries or biomechanical issues, or maybe things just aren't working as they planned or how they used to work 5 years ago or 10 years ago whenever they used to do this activity.
Right. Things change a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure, for
things change
sure.
a lot. This has been sitting at the desk for the last 20 years.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go run like I did in high school.
Uh-huh.
Ain't happening. Let's see. You want to touch on like pain chasing? So differences on that?
Yeah,
Okay.
so just a few things that, we're not going to be doing this year, right? So, in addition to habits that we want to take on, we also want to reroute other habits that we've already had, such as chasing pain. Like, if you are waiting for pain to happen and then doing something, that's no good. But also, if you already have pain and then you are like just trying to poke around at all these different modalities in order to potentially help. Like, oh, I'm just going to take ibuprofen. Oh, I'm just going to get some injections. Oh, I'm just going to try to stretch one more time.
Ice
The,
plunge.
over and over again, right? All of these things have their place and have their purpose. But at the same time, we also have to be looking at like why is it there in the first place?
Yeah.
And no, it's not just because you're old. It's not.
I got my chronic pain just because I'm 40.
Right. It's not.
It's not gonna make it.
Like that is
Right.
like it's just a lie. There is something going on.
Right. And so to your point, so the problem is where your leg hurts is where your leg connects to your hip. Right. We have a tremendous amount of musculature, ligaments, all kinds of things there. So we could have a one-off incident where we just kind of tweaked it, stepping up on a stair, something like that, or we could have something chronic, like something's wrong with the bursa, the ligaments, the muscles,
Right.
connective tissue. Maybe a long time ago you injured the knee on that same side, and so that hip's been moving incorrectly long enough that it's causing the problem.
Also, we have compensatory action.
Yep.
So just because something hurts in a particular area doesn't mean that this is actually the root cause of your pain.
Yeah.
And that is very, very common. You could have messed something up on the opposite side or somewhere else in the middle, and this is just now taking the brunt load.
Sure. Is it both your legs that hurt since it's because you run a lot? Usually, runners' hips can get some tightness in the IT band for sure, but usually shouldn't have consistent pain in a joint or near a joint. I have plenty of professional marathon runners that
Yeah.
run distances for a living constantly, don't have any pain. So yeah, and especially only one. So that's what, going back to the compensatory things, that's what we would assume. There's a compensatory mechanism happening. Could be a problem on the opposite side in the ankle. Maybe the range of motion is not perfect in that one. So usually it's something that's a little bit off. These types of things become more apparent in people that are running or doing something that's more long-term repetitive actions. So you have a little bitty problem somewhere, all of a sudden we repeat that 10,000, 20,000, 30,000
Right.
times in an hour. All of a sudden you have a problem somewhere else. So I just make sure that everything's working the way it's supposed to all the way down that chain. So does my hip have the same range of motion on both sides? Does my knee have the same range of motion on both sides? Does my ankle have the same range of motion on both sides?
Is the
Getting
muscularity
things
the same?
right. Does the tone feel the same? Does the tightness feel the same? That's where I would see where are the differences and discrepancies and figure that out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, she's my wife. That's why she's so into me. Yeah.
I know. We get that all the time.
Right?
But hey, we've been married now for like 10 years. Yeah, we're about to be 11.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. It's going strong. It's all
Seems like
right.
it's okay.
Yeah, it's good.
Right? Let's see. Into the point of stretching. So Everybody's always stretching. Like I'm sitting in there stretching my
Mhm.
hamstrings. Like, why are my hamstrings always tight?
Right.
Right? Why are my traps always tight? Why are these muscles always tight? So I'm going to stretch my hamstrings on a daily basis and I'm making nowhere.
Mhm.
Maybe 20, 30 minutes to an hour. I'm a little loose. Like right before I go play football or go hit a golf ball, I'm going to stretch my hammies. By the time I get to the end of it, boom, right back where it is.
Yeah.
Right. So I have an opposite weak muscle to whatever I have tightness. Always happens.
Yeah.
So for my hamstrings, we think the core, right? So the deep core is going to be really tight. Transverse abdominis is going to be weak. So I got to start working on my core to strengthen that so they can take the load off my hamstrings so that they're not tight all the time.
Yeah, we have this wonderful thing where we think that all of our muscles are separate, which understandable, 100% understandable. Because whenever you see an image, and matter of fact, we have an image in our office, and it looks as if they're all separate, right? But that's genuinely not the case. They're all actually connected through fascia, but not just like not just through fascia. They are literally dependent on one another to balance out our body.
Yeah. Every motion we make involves all of our body every time. So any one little problem, we have some issues with that.
Yeah. And so where most people miss is they're like, I'm tight. Makes sense, right? What do I need to do for tight muscles? I need to stretch it. Got you, hear you, understood. But what I always say in the office is you're tight and it's tight for a reason.
Mhm.
Your body does everything for a reason. It's not working against you, it is working for you. And so, whenever you are trying to stretch out or theoretically like relax the muscle, because that's what you're trying to do, you're trying to get that muscle to relax. So, you're trying to let it give up. And it's not going to give up unless it can.
Yeah. It's protecting something.
It's
It's guarding something.
It is.
Yeah.
It is literally holding you together. It's like, oh, no, can't let go.
Yeah.
And so, the way that you have to do it is you have to stretch, but you also have to strengthen at the same time.
Right.
But you have to strengthen and stretch the muscles that work together.
Yep.
So that one can get stronger and hold you in place and allow the other one to relax, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And a lot of people miss the first step. So being able to contract and use the opposite muscle is a trick for most people. So like I'm talking about the core, it's not a sit-up. And trying to get the transverse abdominis to work is way different than trying to get the rectus abdominis. So I can get the middle six pack to work very easily and very consciously, but the transverse abdominis is a little bit trickier. It's more, I gotta feel a different certain thing. I can't directly contract it like I can the other parts. And so those types of strengthening exercises are a little trickier, a little more difficult to do, but you can do it with plenty of information out there about deep core work and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So thinking about all the opposite muscles for those tight muscles in your system, the condition that we're always referring to is upper and lower cross syndromes.
Yeah.
Those are really good for just those postural deviations. So just the standard like head forward, pelvis forward situation that we see in people that sit at a desk all the time. And there's lots and lots and lots of information about that.
Yeah. What's something else?
Something else about the strengthening, the nervous system, the communications, the goals that people have.
Ooh, nervous system.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Like we were alluding to in the stretching scenario, usually you've lost communication with something. Your brain's no longer talking to that part or piece, and it's not going to waste energy on something that's not using. So it's just going to kick it out of the system.
Right.
I don't use my deep cervical flexors to keep myself in position anymore because my head's just forward all the time.
Right.
Brain's going to go, we don't need them anymore. It just turns them off.
Yeah. It is very much, you don't use it, you lose it.
Yeah,
I know you've heard it 100 times.
Right.
It is so very, very true.
Yeah, and so your brain's super efficient, and then it's going to sever that tie. It's just going to be like, we don't need it anymore. It's still there, and you can get it, but you got to like reconnect it. You got to re-stimulate that pathway, get it rolling again. It's just like an old memory.
Yeah.
You can find it, but you're going to have to do some things to get it going again.
I like to think of it as, I always give the analogy of like, okay, so there's a forest, right? And at one point in time, there was a trail going through this forest. Now, after time, once people are walking it all the time, it's there, right? They're laying down that path over and over again. But hey, people stop using that path. What happens? All the branches start coming in, right? It's not that the path in there, if you look really hard, you can still see it, right? But what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to go through hacking away at a few things. It's going to take a little bit of time, but it's still there. It still gets you to the other side. It's still connected.
Yep. Just gotta work on it.
Yeah.
Right. So
For sure.
reconnecting things, being consistent with
Yeah.
that stimulation is what's going to get you there. So just like practicing for running. So I got to consistently run distances in order to be prepared for a marathon. Same thing here. I got to stimulate those things plenty of times in a row, consistently over a long period of time in order for that connection to be built back up and that pathway, and then that muscle to finally be the way it's supposed to.
Yeah. And you can't strengthen a muscle that is not well connected.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't do it. And you can't do it because your body's like, we don't use that anymore.
Yeah,
we don't like that path. We have multiple other paths. We have many other muscles that are going to do the job and compensate for us. So we're legitimately not using that one because it's not a clear path.
Yeah.
Right? So you intentionally have to train that path again to that muscle in order to get it to fire. And if you start trying to add weight to it, you're just going to get hurt. So please be careful when you are heading into this year. And I know y'all are out there and you're like, I'm hitting the gym. I'm going to go big. I'm going to start tacking on weights. Please be careful. Please go slow, or else you will end up. You will end up hurting yourself. So go light, go easy, be intentional. And really focus on your form and make sure that you're connecting with that muscle that you are trying to grow. Or if you are starting with like Pilates or yoga or something like that, make sure that you're not just pushing just because you're in a class.
Ease into it.
Yeah.
Ease into it. You got plenty of time to get it figured out.
That's right.
Ease
you got all year. It's
enjoy
happening.
it.
Yeah.
Right? If I'm doing Pilates, like that reformer thing's kind of scary. I don't know.
Oh, for sure, right?
Take your time. Get used to it. Get the balance, get the mechanics down, and then we start pushing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just take your time getting things going. Make reasonable goals. Make like achievable
and understand whatever
towards
it
your major
is.
Goal. Yeah.
Like you were saying, it's gonna be months, whatever it is, to really like solidify it. So take the whole year.
Yeah, that's a goal for the year, right? So
right.
Just take your objective, your target, break it down in little steps in order for you to get to that target, and make sure that they're reasonable steps. I'm not trying to lose 10 pounds a week, right? And reasonable little bitty steps. I want to run a marathon, but I'm not even running right now. So maybe I'm going to walk a mile or two, and then I'm going to run. I'm going to walk for a minute, and then I'm going to run for 30 seconds and bouncing back and forth. I'm going to do that for a couple of weeks. And so little incremental buildup of things as we go into these goals. Yeah. Right? So that's our new year, new you conversation. So if you got any problems, you need any help, you want to talk about it, we're always in the office, always online.
For sure.
You can message us through any of the platforms, Facebook, Instagram, X, all those things.
Yeah, he's always on DMs or the comments, stuff like that.
Always watching everything. So if you need any help and you live in Dallas, we'd be happy to check you out and see if we can help you out and get you towards any of these goals that you got for the new year.
Yeah, for sure.
Texas FHC, we're down here, downtown Dallas, next to the Baylor complex.
Yeah, so, next to Deep Ellum.
Fun talking to you guys. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.